Hello gamers, today I'll be doing an Undertale last fight showcase. Starting off, I'll be playing Swap Sands, 250 health, the only character of health I believe. For our first move, we have a little bone circle. Just spawn a bunch of bones, they drop in a circle. Then we have a blue bone zone. It's a blue attack, so if they stand still, no damage. And lastly, we can throw some bones. That's about all for this character. Stand still, 2 stamina while moving, 1 stamina. That's regeneration. 1 stamina while moving, 2 while not moving. Most weapons can ruin this character, and they're pretty weak, so let's move on to the next one. And now we have Undertale Frisk. For our first move, you have your pellet throw. Just click, shoot a single pellet, really low cooldown. Understandably not very strong against Blueberry due to its low damage. Then, you just click on a spot with your heal pellets, and a bunch of pellets will spawn in a circle, kind of like Blueberry's bone circle, and then heal anyone who touches them. Unfortunately, they don't heal for very much, and they have a really long cooldown. And now we have Undertale Sands. For our first move, we have a bone zone. Really neat. Then we got a bone throw, shoot lots of bones. For our third move, we have a blaster, except I don't think the blaster actually works right now. Very unfortunate. And for our fourth move, we have a bone attack. See that little square? Then bones come from the other side. Unfortunately, DJ here is abusing immortality on Undertale Frisk, which is very unfortunate, and I'll get to that when I play Undertale Frisk. For now, let's move on to the next character. And they're still abusing Undertale, but let's continue. For our first move, we have a bone zone. Then, a bone throw. Dual blasters, which actually work. And a big blaster, which also works. And that's Undertale Sands. Not much difference, besides the lack of a bone wall. And now we have Underswap Papyrus. DJ's still abusing bugs to be invulnerable. That's very cool. So for our first move, we have a blaster. Then for our next move, a spinning bone. For our third move, we got a lovely bone zone. And a standard bone throw for our fourth move. Let's go ahead and move on to the next character. And now we're going to be using Underswap Chara. We got a sharp knife and a boost. The boost will apply for my entire team. And I believe it's just a speed boost. I don't think it contains a damage boost. Still though, speed's pretty useful. And that's actually all that Swap Chara does. Hello gamers, this time I'm looking at Undertale Frisk. We have a space knife and a jetpack. The jetpack, as you might imagine, just a really tall jump, 10-second cooldown. My knife, on the other hand, deals a whole 30 damage, which makes it one of the best knives. Now let's move on to the next thing. And now we have Undertale Sands. For our first move, we got a triple blaster. Just that simple. For our second move, we got a gravity trick, which I believe prevents them from jumping. Then we got a bone throw, fairly typical. And stars. Just a little line that shoots stars. Fairly strong though, that killed them. And now, Undertale Frisk. We have a toy knife and a bubble shield. Now, I'm not going to use the bubble shield because it's what with that other fellow was abusing earlier. It makes you immune to damage for the rest of the match. It looks like the cost for being invulnerable to damage is that you only deal 15 with your knife. Unfortunately, that means that if you use Undertale Frisk, you basically have no choice but to abuse it, otherwise you're going to have a fairly weak weapon. But anyway, let's move on to the final thing. And now, Disbelief Papyrus. Let's get into this. First move, Bone Wave. Little warning here, if you look outside the map, you could see those bones already coming. Just don't go near the center area or back area, and you'll be fine. We got a bone circle with really long bones. We got a dual blaster. And for our final move, we got a spinning bone. So the most interesting move is the Bone Wave, though the Bone Circle is certainly useful, along with the Bone Spin. There we go. Now that I've shown all the characters, I would really quickly like to do this game some justice. What do I mean by that? I'd like to kind of go over how exactly this game might stand out compared to other games, and why people who insult this game really shouldn't be. First and foremost, people insulting this game. Undertale Last Corridor and Undertale Judgment Day each have had more developers working on it constantly than this game. At the time of this video, I believe there's only one developer actually trying to make time to work on this game, as opposed to Undertale Last Corridor, which has had 3 devs at most, plus, of course, various people volunteering to help on various things, and they even had contests. And then Undertale Judgment Day, again, multiple devs, each working to help provide people with a great experience in both games. So, just because there isn't much to the game in terms of content, well, that's sort of unavoidable if the dev doesn't have time. Now let's get into some pros and cons of the game. First and foremost, a lot of these sands are really weak. The Chara team can kinda win quite often unless the Sands team abuses falling out of the map. Once you get to characters like Disbelief, they can kinda bully you by using their little wall attacks, but this game possesses something that Undertale Last Corridor does not: warnings on wall attacks with Sands and Disbelief. Because there's an actual warning there, you can run away, unlike what you can't do against Science Sands, Disbelief Papyrus, and Six Bones. So I really appreciate the fact that this game has a warning. It's a really nice step up. Not only that, but I will say they certainly tried to make some unique-ish attacks. I don't believe too many are incredibly unique, but again, they only have one developer, I suppose. But let's go over what's unique about this game. I feel like I shouldn't use the excuse. I want to explain and try to do it justice. Under Fell Frisk, you can heal and shoot pellets. You boost your entire team. I mean, I probably prefer the Ulk version, it's just a jump. And then a barrier that's probably supposed to just reduce damage. All of this Frisk stuff, besides this one here, is unique from Undertale Lost Corridor. The stuff here, I'll admit, most of it doesn't stand out. But I will still say that if they kept going, they probably would come up with more unique ideas like they did with Disbelief Papyrus and their little warning on the wall before shooting out all those bones. Though I will say, while I'm trying to make a decent argument for the game, it's probably not the best game to play in its current state. Not only does it not have a lot of players, but again, not a lot of content. It just takes a total of, I think, 65 wins to have everything. And the game doesn't have too high of a skill ceiling. You can still give the game a shot, but that's it for the showcase. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching.